Hello and welcome to Gamersledge podcast. This is season 2, episode 53. I am your host, Balth, and joining me as always is Neo Sapien.
Howdy.
And of course, the infallible Burgundy.
Thank you. Hi.
That's like the unsinkable Molly Brown, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You have joined Gamersledge podcast. We are a conversation between friends, a look at what it means to be a hardcore gamer, discussing the video gaming industry. We are meeting across Google Hangouts. This is a fan-supported and listener-supported podcast by fans just like you. We give it to you free of charge almost every Thursday on iTunes.com, Gamersledge.com. Rate us, subscribe to us, watch us on YouTube and Twitch. Write in to gamersledge@gmail.com and let us know what you like, questions, or topics you'd like to have us discuss. Let's go around the room and talk about what we've been playing. We'll start with Burgundy.
Hi. A little bit of Marvel Puzzle Quest still. I had to do an experiment. I lost my Lumines card for the Vita, and I haven't been able to find it, and it's been driving me nuts because that is my go-to game to, you know how everybody has those chill-out games?
Yes.
You know, where you just have that go-to game where you could always play and it's always there for you and it just relaxes and centers you and everything like that. That's my go-to game for that. And I couldn't find it, so it was driving me nuts. So I downloaded it. And to answer your question from the other week, it does just carry on your saves on the Vita.
Perfect.
So if you had the cartridge and then you download the digital version of it, it just carries on where it left off. So I was pretty happy about that. And I was happy that I was playing Lumines again. So I feel really mellow right now. That and whiskey. I watched Space Battleship Yamato.
How was it?
It was actually pretty neat. I honestly thought when I bought it, I didn't know it was a live action. I thought it was actually like a redone animation, kind of like the Neon Genesis Evangelion reboot that they're doing.
Right.
So I kind of thought it was that, where they were just kind of like condensing the series and doing new animation and stuff for it. But apparently it was live action, and it actually wasn't that bad. It was pretty cool. I think they cheesed out a little bit on Deathlock, but whatever.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Did you watch the Criterion Collection?
No, that's actually going to be Thursday. I'm going to get to that.
Excellent.
So next podcast we'll talk about that and how much better it probably is than the current.
Anything else you played?
No, I'm looking forward to Transistor tonight. So probably after we log off here, I'm going to make sure that's downloaded because I pre-ordered it on there. So I'm hoping it pre-downloaded.
It should have.
That started working since the last
Correct.
update, right?
Correct.
So hopefully it's already downloaded and hopefully we're ready to go. Otherwise, it shouldn't take that long because I just did a speed test before the podcast and I pulled down 90. So it hit 90.
Mine is 110.
Yeah, but you also pay for business class.
Damn straight.
I don't.
Yes, got that. And Matt hates all of us. Matt, how was your week? What have you been playing?
I hate everybody. It's been busy, like ridiculously busy. Played a bit of Hearthstone this past weekend. What was that?
You gave in to that?
Oh yeah, I gave in. I have self-control, unlike some. So you know.
Ask him if he spent any money.
No.
Ask him.
Did you?
No. In-game money, yeah, not real money.
Oh, okay.
See, it can be done. You can join us.
Oh no, it's a time effort at that point. My thing is the time involved. I don't want to deal with that.
You don't want to have fun playing games?
Oh, dude, I just got done telling you I played Lumines, and I feel great.
Right. So
I feel better than I have in ages.
You'll feel great after Hearthstone, too. I'm just saying.
Nah, that'll make me feel bad. Trust me, I know how it goes with those games.
Matt, do you feel bad after you play Hearthstone?
No. No, not bad. I did. There were a couple of rounds I was frustrated with because I just could not pull a card to save my life. But you know, that's just how those games go. But no, overall, it's fun. I mean, I've crossed a threshold where it's matching me with harder players now because it matched me with that person once. I hear the same sound effect that I just played going off over the headset, and I'm like, huh, that's funny. We just played the same card. And he's like, no, look at the name of who you're playing against. I'm like, son of a. But
that was good stuff right there. I have to say
that was
because
funny.
we were on Skype when it happened, so there was a bit of cursing. It was good.
It was fun. It was fun though. I mean, I beat him early on, so I figure that's basically the only time I'm going to beat him ever again. So I'm good with that.
That is not true. You beat me just the other night.
I did. Just by the hair of my skin of my teeth or the hair on my something or whatever. But yeah, yes, I did. You're right. I did. So, okay. Well, the other one I have a question, and it's a technical one, and I've been having this problem. So remind me when I'm done with the other thing I played, because that's basically all I did this week. Is the Walking Dead season 2 episode 3. I was a little, I don't want to say disappointed, but because it was still fun and it was still great. But this one was, I think Mark Price said it best. It was kind of a filler episode. So up until the end, which was amazing, it kind of felt a little hollow. And there were a couple of points where I was just like, the suspense of disbelief got to me. This wasn't my favorite episode, but it's still, I've got a ridiculously high bar for this developer in this game series. So even ones that don't quite make the mark for me are still amazing content. So little bit disappointed personally with this one, but there's nothing wrong with it in any stretch of the imagination. I was thinking about it more. I think the other thing is I didn't. The conversation choices seemed limited.
Yeah, that was what I was waiting to say for my spiel about it. Is I think this is the first time that I felt a little more restricted in what I could do or say for the first time in the series.
Yeah.
And I think that's because once again they were trying to tell a very specific narrative tale.
Yeah, it was a very tight, very controlled.
Yeah, it was very controlled, and I think that was on purpose to guide the story in a certain direction.
Right. And because this one was very much dependent on you ending up from point A to point B to point C. There wasn't a lot of flexibility there.
But Burgundy, you will be enthused to know that the guy who played Dhalsim in Street Fighter Red Tape actually is one of the voice actors for a new character that debuts in this episode.
What's that guy's name again? Because I just realized I used to listen to a podcast that he did.
I don't know his name. He was just on the Pete Holmes show too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. It's like oh god.
It's like Vaskiri.
Yeah, Farhid Vaskiri or something like that.
Really? All right, maybe it's not him.
But
he sounds just like somebody who was doing a podcast I used to listen to. That was actually game related. But the guy was like a comedy writer and.
It could be him.
It could be him. Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I had gotten a heads up, so I was already. I mean, having a heads up, it's very obvious who it is. But I think I still would have picked up on it, even if it hadn't. The voice is very similar. Well, it's the same guy, so obviously the voice is similar. But
by the way, new Street Fighter Red Tape of Blanca is up.
Nice.
The only other thing is we finally have a spoilerless touch point with the extra bonus episode to season 1.
Yes, 500 or 400 days.
400 days. Yes. We finally have a touch point with 400 days. So, if you were wondering what will happen to those fools, now we know, at least to some degree.
What else have you been playing?
Other than that, I have been playing Words with Friends against a certain bald man who has been playing this game far too much and knows way too many tricky little ways to score 400 points with only 2 letters.
See, I don't cheat, but I do have some tricks. Names tend to be words. So people's last names tend to be fancy words.
Yeah, and apparently ZA is also a word.
Huzzah is a folded over kind of calzone type of
Yeah,
Italian pastry.
it's a shortened form of pizza. It's like when you're really
Well,
drunk.
yeah, I mean, I've heard of people calling it za before, but I would have never thought to play it in a game of Scrabble.
Well, when you
I
need to
would
get rid of a
assume to be
10-point letter
challenged.
before the end of the game, you try anything.
No, I know. I've been
And
trying
once you
to hook
find
my
out it works.
I've been trying to hook up my Q to pretty much every letter on the board because there's no U in play, and I can't draw a U to save my life. So
QI.
what? Yeah, well, yeah, the I, but there's been no I's available either.
Oh,
so
okay, well, I can't do anything about that.
been pretty miserable. Yeah, I don't even know how far ahead of me you are anymore. It's a lot. Anyway, and then still plunking away at Tiny Death Star because my Tiny Death Star is not yet complete. So it's still Return of the Jedi version. But other than that, I don't even think I've turned my PlayStation on, any of them, this last week. And I'm going to be waiting on Transistor, not because I think it's not good or not worth it or anything. I just currently have no funds, and I know I'm getting a certain Father's Day present, which will allow me to have funds. So I'll pick it up after that.
All right. Let's see. This week I have.
Technical question.
Yes.
Okay. The post that comes up for this episode, and all the episodes, comes up as shared privately. And I try to find a way to send the link to other people, and they keep on getting denied access.
I don't know what you're talking
about.
What
am I doing wrong? Or okay, but if you go to, like, say the page. So there's the Hangout
channel?
Live advertisement that's gone out on G+.
Right.
And it says shared privately. And there's no forward or anything like that. And I click on the little arrow and I grab the link to post and I try to send it to people, and it does not like them.
Because you're probably using the wrong link. In the bottom right of our screen right now, you see a links button. And if you click on that, the event page is the public one. Or the YouTube page, I think.
So the actual Gamersledge page?
No.
What you said, our page. I'm not sure what you mean by our page.
The window that you're looking at right now, directly under where it says Gamersledge Podcast Season 2, Episode 53.
I don't have that.
You don't have the links underneath the triple window of our heads right here?
Nope.
Okay. So I will throw it to you in chat.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry for the technical talk, folks, but I'm trying to share to people and it's not letting me.
Copy.
No, this is cool. This is inside baseball. It shows how real we are.
That's right.
We'll never shy away from that.
Keeping it real. All right, it's in chat for you.
Yep.
If you
Thank you.
Chat, you bet. So, things that I played this week. Hearthstone, yes. Dug into a decent chunk of Stick It to the Man, which was the PS4 free PlayStation Plus game that came out. Really enjoying it. I would call it a cross between Tearaway, Little Big Planet, and an actual platformer.
Oh,
so if you have not checked that out, I would definitely do so. It's got a really quirky, weird art style, but it kind of works. For some reason...
and very dark comedy.
Yeah, very dark. Very, very dark. But very interesting and kind of slapstick at times. I really like the feel of it. I don't know how else to say it other than that.
This sounds like something I should have been like really on point with.
I think you'll like it very much, actually.
It sounds like it's made for me from what you're describing.
Other things that I played this week, I keep looking over here trying to look at the physical representation of all the digital games I played this week. Good job. Played Hearthstone quite a bit. Just still loving the heck out of that. Also did download Transistor and started to play it. I will tell you that game, first impressions, it's cyberpunk meets Cowboy Bebop meets jazz meets a action RPG with heavy strategy elements.
I'm really glad the camera's on the upper part of the body right now.
Well, speaking of, the interesting thing, and it's not a spoiler, Uh, so
It's interesting when he says it. He always says it's not a spoiler. It's funny how that always falls right.
no, it's not a spoiler in that I'm not going to spoil it, unlike some people, sir,
Well,
friend.
hold
Thanks
on.
very much.
No, making me laugh. We're taking a drink of the hard stuff right now. Okay.
So the short answer is that the developer uses a very unique technology that I have not yet seen in any other game in regards to the controller. And I
It uses the
really
speaker.
like it. I really like it. It's a cool effect, and I would have never thought to use some of the technology on the pad in that fashion. So you'll understand when you start playing the game. I recommend that you actually play it in a dark room so that you instantly see what's happening on screen and with your controller. So beyond that, Transistor, I've only made it about, I think, an hour into it. I believe it's only a 6-hour story before you start New Game Plus, but nonetheless, really interesting. Love the art style. The music and soundtrack is phenomenal. Supergiant Games, the developer, actually published today their entire soundtrack for the game on YouTube. So anyone can go give it a listen. If you want to purchase it, they have links there to do so as well. Highly recommend that game. PS4 only. So if you're an Xbox, sorry, can't get it.
I still love to know how Microsoft let that go.
I have no idea, especially since they had the exclusive on Bastion,
They had the exclusive on Bastion for a while, and I remember being. Matter of fact, I think. Wait, no, I think I got it right before Bastion came out. But that was one of the reasons I picked up an Xbox, because of Bastion.
Yeah.
And God, I love that game. Like, I played that game so much.
And other than that, I don't think I played anything else, really. Game of Thrones, amazing this week. But it's on a 2-week hiatus due to the holiday. So.
Is everybody
news.
dead yet?
No, surprisingly. News. Let's jump directly in. Not a ton of news for today, but a lot coming out of the tail end of last week. Of course, the FCC passed the proposal for new regulations to give the internet a fast lane, or classify all internet service providers as common carriers, which means we would imply regulation. Your thoughts on either side of that? We'll start with you, Dave.
Obviously, I'm very much against the whole, internet fast lane thing. I just think
I should say, before you go any further, I didn't explain it very well. The why that would be important is, for example, right now we're using YouTube, and YouTube is an exact example of if a lot of people use YouTube, then an internet service provider could turn around and say to Google, you must pay me to carry your YouTube videos at a certain speed, otherwise we're going to relegate it to less important traffic.
Right. Perfect example. Two of the largest ISPs in the nation, Verizon with their Fios and Comcast with their internet, actually recently both got checks from Netflix in order to stop doing that to their traffic. That's a very bad thing, because, like, for example, like, I have Comcast. I've actually been shockingly a happy Comcast customer for the most part, because I just, like, did a speed test before. I'm pulling like 90 down just on my regular connection. So that's not bad. However, a little while ago, when before Netflix got their check, I was getting standard definition on Netflix. I had all this bandwidth, all this overhead not being used, and yet I could only get an SD stream of Netflix. That's BS. As soon as they cut the deal, a week later, everything's fine. I get instant HD. I noticed the same thing over my girlfriend's house. She has Fios. It was going SD over her house. I looked up online. They just recently cut the deal on April 28th. They cut that deal. This is bad because, like, yeah, sure, Netflix is a huge company. They're making a lot of money. They can pay this off. But what about all these other companies? What about, like you said, YouTube? YouTube is owned by Google. That's a huge company. They could shake down Google, for money to sit there and say, like, otherwise we're going to slow down YouTube and make YouTube completely useless to everybody. That's not a good thing because then you're going to have little, like, upstarts, coming in trying to do stuff, and they're not going to be able to do anything unless they pay this money, and they're not going to have the capital to do it. So you're only going to see the giant companies able to do it, which will be the, giant media companies and the internet service providers that are already, got a pseudo monopoly on things.
See, and the other side of that as well is everyone would like to counter, well, a free market rather than having regulation would iron things out, except we don't have a free market. Almost every single city in America has exactly two choices.
Right, and also the person in the FCC that is governing over these proceedings right now is actually in the Hall of Fame
for both
cable,
for both wireless
and wireless.
Cable. Yes,
there's actually a Hall of Fame for basically douchebags that screw people. It's basically how it is.
Neo Sapiens dogs, are on the case.
They're on board.
My eldest son is back from the conference track meet, so they had to freak out.
But yeah, there's apparently a Hall of Fame for, like, people who just tirelessly devoted their life to the betterment of, these companies screwing over customers, and Wheeler is in both Hall of Fames for that. And now he's in charge of the FCC that's supposed to be looking out for the best interests of the people, last time I checked. And he's a super lobbyist for these companies who was promoted to that position.
He was a super lobbyist. Let's.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he spent his whole career being that, and is in the Hall of Fame for helping those companies out. Now all of a sudden, for the people. Gotcha. Forgot how that works.
Yes. Well, I agree with the intent of what you were saying, if not the exact delivery of it. I actually was a little bit heartened to see that at least in the proposed ruling, they said that they would consider common carrier classification, which is the first time that that's been said outright.
There's actually problems with that, though.
I agree. This is, I think, one of the most divisive topics that has ever come up in the history of of the internet as we know it today. Because if we don't have government regulation, then monopolies and large corporations will rule the day. Which stifles innovation and freedom for smaller entities to get into the race. Yet at the same time, if we have government regulation, then that too can stifle innovation, but it does level the playing field. Right now, I really feel like we do not have a free market. In every city, you have two providers at most that can provide broadband, and it's usually Comcast and AT&T.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, I don't even really count satellite because the speeds are so horrible that I don't consider it broadband, quote unquote. What are your thoughts, Matt?
My thoughts are that ZAS is not a frickin' word. Yeah, I've really. I mean, you guys pretty much hit it. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You would hope that regulation, if it was going to be enforced, would be doing something useful. But in this case, it doesn't look like anything is set up to be that way. The common carrier thing has potential, but again, it could just as easily go the other way on that too, without trying to get geeky about it. Yeah, I mean the whole kind of premise of the internet to date, or more appropriately the web, although that gets really tricky when you start trying to draw the lines here what we're talking about. But you're talking about internet traffic regulation that affects the World Wide Web. really
Well, not just
confusing.
the
But
No, not just the
well,
web.
no, it affects everything. But I mean, really, I mean, yeah, I guess would you consider Netflix a web or would you consider it internet? I mean, it's used. The
doesn't matter,
internet
it's
is the physical
application
infrastructure.
It's
It's
bits.
application
It's bits
streaming.
over lines. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, it blurs. So, but it
I want all my bits getting there as fast as possible.
See,
right.
I mean, people don't think about the ramifications of something like this. Take, for example, we have a website. All right, suddenly, if Comcast now goes to GoDaddy, who hosts my site, and says, hey, you've got X number of thousands of customers that are transferring files up and down from their websites, we're going to go ahead and throttle that bandwidth unless you pay us. That means that I can't upload things, video reviews, etc., podcasts, etc., to my website, which doesn't directly affect someone watching something, but at the same time means it puts a limit on the potential for growth for our company.
Right, and
Or people downloading stuff from the website, and all of a sudden it takes a lot longer to do it. They're going to get bored and go somewhere else.
Exactly.
Right. So it becomes a to use a game analogy, it becomes a pay-to-win scenario.
Exactly.
That's so totally against the entire premise of how the web and the internet have been since basically day zero. There's a little computer geek humor in there. Day zero, because everything starts at zero. Anyway.
I thought you were talking about the game.
No. It was actually a computer engineer joke, but anyway.
And this is why computer engineers don't make a living in stand-up
comics. Yes, exactly.
Damn it! I was waiting to try and get you while you're drinking.
Anyway, but yeah, it's very bothersome. Unfortunately, we're down the road now, and this is one of those things that once it starts, you almost never see it stop and turn around. So I'm trying to figure out what is the best case scenario that we've got here, aside from you basically end up with networks on the web.
The thing that drives me nuts about this is when they tried this stuff before, and basically, the companies themselves are writing legislation. I mean, this is not conspiracy theory. This is the companies write the legislation for this stuff. They hand it over to people to make the laws.
The lobbyists. They hand it to the lobbyists. The lobbyists go to Congress. They lobby for their bill to be passed.
And they just cut and paste, and that becomes the bill, and the bills get passed.
And you forgot the part where they add all the writers onto it. You skipped that part.
Well, yeah, but it's compounded by the fact that we have a Congress that has absolutely no freaking idea what any form of technology is.
They were all born before 1942.
But here's the thing that drives me nuts about this whole thing is this came up before, a couple years ago, and it was shot down. Everybody did a really good job of complaining about it, fighting it, and it got shot down. And allegedly, the president was on board with, saying no, we need a free and open internet, all that kind of stuff. There was lots of, posturing. Now it's back, but instead of having, they didn't have the best plan of attack before and they tried to push it through. Now they really stacked the deck, and it's really obvious.
Yep.
And it's really obvious how they're doing it. And again, this is not conspiracy theory. They just stack the deck to make sure this thing, starts getting pushed through the way they want it, and it's just obvious. And I liked it better when they actually at least were pretending to play the game a little bit, because they're not anymore.
Yeah, they've decided, they figured out that more people are worried about which Kardashian sister did something than they are about anything that actually means something. So
that's the beauty of it, because if this goes through, they might not be able to find that stuff out in glorious high definition over the internet like they're used to.
Until
somebody pays to have it carried.
Until basically you end up with a conglomerate that effectively becomes network internet, network web.
Pitchforks will come out once somebody realizes they actually have to pay for porn on the internet again. That's when the revolution's going to happen.
Sad but true. Sad but true.
It is. I just thought of that now. That's when people are going to get pissed off.
So let's talk for a moment about a similarly related topic. As of this Sunday, which now apparently news is breaking on Sunday, they don't want anyone to have any kind of time off from news. But this Sunday, Google is rumored to be looking at a buyout of Twitch.tv for $1 billion. I'm pretty sure Dr. Evil is setting all the pricing for all the internet acquisitions of late. But yes, so
it's just a round number. It's a good round number.
This is, first of all, this is going to have to clear the FCC and Trade Commission because Google is #1 in video on the internet, and Twitch is a close second. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. On top of that, the questions become, right now Twitch is fairly open about copyright issues. They allow gameplay footage with music from the games. We played that 30-second clip in the Amazing Spider-Man spoiler cast, and I cannot monetize that video because it's already been claimed copyright. It was claimed copyright as soon as I uploaded it, as soon as we finished the podcast. So even though I'm promoting their, we as a collective are promoting their product, I am denied the ability to make 1/10 of a cent anytime somebody watches it.
Initial trailer that they put out, and that's not falling under fair use, that there is something very, very, very broken.
Oh, well, it could be if I contested it, which takes time and effort,
money and effort, and,
which I'm not going to do.
Army of lawyers.
So, instead, I'm playing the game of I will not upload any music for any video ever. Now, where I do that is on Twitch, because that I feel it's important to give people a full scope of what a let's play of a game is, in letting them hear the music, see the stuff, and figure out if that's something that they would like to play and buy. But if YouTube / Google acquires them, will we see the proliferation of those content algorithms over to Twitch? If so, you're going to see the largest mass exodus of Twitch users that you'll ever see. It'll be like lemmings off a cliff.
Yeah, I would, in a rare moment of positivity, I have to believe that someone at YouTube, Google, whoever you want to call them, has the intelligence and wherewithal to just basically leave it as a separately managed legal entity.
No, I disagree wholeheartedly, and here's why. If they instituted the algorithms in the first place to CYA themselves, then why would they not take the same protections with Twitch, a company that they are buying? Because then at that point,
because it would destroy the entire model that the acquisition is based on. I mean, you don't buy a car company and then only sell chassis with no engines.
Oh no, but that's not what we're talking about. That's a very poor analogy. What I'm saying is you have a car manufacturer who was sued because someone was injured in a vehicle, and so that car manufacturer A then instituted some kind of safety feature to stop that. Well, now they buy car manufacturer B. They're not going to not install that new safety feature in their new set of cars from car manufacturer B, even though
the point where that analogy falls apart is you're removing one of the key functions of System B.
No, you're not. It's still a car. It still drives.
No, what I'm saying in Twitch, which right now lets you do pretty much whatever, and that's why people go to it, is a feature of the system. By removing that feature, you are effectively taking away the advantage or the quality of the system. You've basically just made it YouTube, and now you've eliminated that thing that made it unique and worthwhile.
But Twitch's own
So it's like taking a Ferrari and then putting I don't know cars.
But Twitch's terms of service disagree with you 100% in that they say that they have the right to enforce, they simply don't. And they've not been legally challenged on it, and I bet if they had been, we'd be talking about a different thing. So it's not like the car no longer drives. It drives just like it does. What Twitch would contend why they're popular is because they are a gaming-centric streaming site.
Right.
And
Here's my question. Here's my question about the whole thing. Now, all right, gaming companies got mad at YouTube, right? And they were telling people to pull stuff down or not be able to monetize.
no, it wasn't gaming companies. It was music copyright holders.
Oh, okay. I thought there was instances of game companies doing it.
No. What happened was they instituted their music detection algorithms,
Right.
and the algorithms started claiming on behalf of the game creators, even though those same game creators had given sites permission to post that content.
Okay.
So that's where that's basically where this all stems from, and this is why it's terms of service and copyright law specifically states that you are not allowed to use any music.
Right.
I have found that with the YouTube censors, if you do it in a short enough burst, like usually under 20 seconds,
yeah,
you're fine as long as you have some kind of masking agent, like a voiceover or something along those lines,
right,
to obscure it. But even so, that's, if I'm trying to, part of Transistors' charm, as an example, is it has a really awesome soundtrack. Well, now if I do a video review for it and plan to post that on YouTube, I cannot use any of that music to underscore my review of the song.
That totally, I mean, yes, you legally have a recourse to challenge it as a fair use thing, but the average person without an army of lawyers doesn't have that time or money or capability. So
without getting into that, though, I really think if they're picking up Twitch, they're picking it up to kind of leave it as is, because the game companies seem to like Twitch.
I hope you're right. I hope you're both right. I really do, but I think from the litigious world we live in, that will so not be the case.
Well, then why haven't they gotten hit yet?
Because
they didn't have enough money yet. See, there's two ways to argue this. Like, you can see them not going after Twitch just yet because Twitch really probably doesn't have a big war chest right now to go after.
Twitch only has 1% of the viewership on the internet. YouTube has some ridiculous amount, like 82%.
Right.
And even with 1%, Twitch is number 2 in the world.
Right. I mean, that's
a ton of money yet. But exactly what Dave was saying, they have first. There's two reasons. First is that they haven't had a lot of money, but secondly, and more importantly, is music copyright holders are on YouTube, not on Twitch. They're not. The game companies are generally the ones that own the music, and they don't care if people post Let's Play. It's free publicity for their stuff. Whereas the music industry on YouTube, someone posts the newest Rihanna video, and those music companies go after those people to get that pulled down as a violation of copyright infringement. So Twitch does have a system in which you can flag something and have it removed, but most people don't do that because the copyright holders of the music for games are the game developers and publishers themselves.
Unless reason license works.
Correct.
Which does happen a lot anymore.
Yes, you are correct.
So that's where it's going to get dicey, I think. I think if it's just, homegrown content within the game companies, I don't think we're going to see a lot of issues there. I really think they're trying to, they want this as, the standalone service and everything. I don't really see them wanting to bundle that in with YouTube. Maybe it will in some way. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know.
I mean, the other option is they've just strictly bought it for the live streaming thing, which to a degree YouTube kind of missed out on, didn't really get into, and they're just buying it as a streaming agent, and it'll stream with no audio.
Well, nobody would watch that without audio.
Well, but I mean, that's effectively what you're doing. You're either going to block everything, delete everything, or there's no audio.
See, and YouTube contends that the onus is on the content provider to if you want audio in your podcast, then you use royalty-free music, and they even provide some of that.
Well, no, but I mean, if we're talking about specifically for streaming content for like doing games and stuff, you don't have a choice. I mean,
oh sure, there's always a choice. It's just whether or not you have the ability to monetize and make a living off of it. See, there are two.
Well, there's two different things. There's you can have it, but you can't monetize it, or you have to have it pulled down.
Correct.
I'll be fair. To be fair, I don't know which gets applied to which, or how, or when, or who, or why. But
well, the only time it gets pulled down is if there's a request for cease from a copyright holder or an IP holder.
So the agent, the system agents won't do that. They'll just prevent monetization.
That is correct. You basically, when you upload a video to YouTube today that is not able to be monetized, it has a warning that says that this video is blocked in some countries, and when you click on the detailed description, it will say that we have detected a copyrighted work within your video. You can click to dispute it, or whatever the case is, or accept it. And those do not count against you. Those are not copyright strikes, if you will, but it does prevent you from monetizing those videos.
Right.
And welcome to Gamersledge, How to Make Money on the Internet 101.
How not to make money.
Right, depending. So have we beaten this horse to death, or did anybody have any other further comments on it?
Basically, it sucks.
I think honestly that the whole thing, the FCC and large companies have put us in a no-win scenario. I'm still trying to figure out the Kobayashi Maru out of it, but I don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reprogram YouTube.
So speaking of, Gamersledge launched a new section of their site, which is begging for DMCA violations.
It is. It will be whenever somebody gets off their tuchus and starts doing stuff.
Why don't you tell us about it, Neo?
So, had this itching last week and kind of came up with an idea and talked with balth, Mark, about it, and we went ahead and we stood up the music subsite of Gamersledge.com. I know music is something that both the Mark and I are very interested in, and I know at least from all of his Facebook posts of his audio player in his vehicle with various titles of songs, which he probably shouldn't be taking pictures of while he's driving. Burgundy also has a fair music interest.
Only done on red lights, dude.
Only on red lights, okay.
Oh, come on, the pictures are perfectly straight and not shaky. You ever try taking a picture when you're driving?
No, I haven't, actually, to be honest.
Right, because it just doesn't work.
I have. It's actually not that bad.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yeah. No, normally it's video, to be honest.
Oh, dear God. Another reason not to live anywhere near balth.
Yeah, but seriously, it's only at red lights. That's you know me. I'm a stickler for things being perfectly straight and all. So.
Or just perfectly offset. All of those things, you've got that exact same angle of the display on. Anyway, so yeah, we've launched the music subsite. We're going to start generating original content here soon. My inaugural weekly post is going to be called Music Monday. I was originally going to have it done this week, but we had a little bit of trouble getting the page up, and I didn't get it written in time. So we'll debut that next week. And I also already have a band interview lined up.
Here's the latest album I picked up.
Nice.
Lily Allen came out with a new one. She's awesome.
She's gotten skinny.
Her latest album's called Jesus.
Oh, brother.
No, her brother's on Game of Thrones, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
It's nice to know that Alfie, you know,
we've discussed this.
We discussed
worked
this.
out well.
But anyway, so look forward to that. I'll guarantee, unless you happen to be the person I know that I'm interviewing for the band, you've probably never heard of the band. So we're getting in with some grassroots type stuff there. And we have another cohort in arms who is going to be joining us, another Matt, so we'll have to figure out some way to tell the two of us apart, because obviously everyone with the name Matt is exactly alike. And yeah, I'll be looking for Mr. Burgundy to do some music reviews.
Yeah, get in line. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, whenever he does a game review, right? So, right after he does.
Music reviews are definitely easier than game reviews.
True.
Well, he's promised a couple movie reviews, so we'll see.
Yeah,
And I've been giving them.
No. You promised a written Criterion Godzilla review.
I did?
You
Oh,
did.
that's the Criterion he's gonna watch. Okay.
When that happened? When did I
That's
promise?
probably
we were
last
talking.
night.
I'm like, will you write a review about it? You're like, yeah, I think I will. I'm like, okay, awesome.
I thought you said, would you review it? And that means talk about it on this.
Well, that works too, but man.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
All right.
I'll try
So
to take
anyway,
on it.
anybody has any requests or thoughts or ideas for the site? We'll try to not get sued by the RIAA or anything. But yeah, we're looking for ideas, and hopefully we'll get some stuff going here and get some involvement. So.
And just as an FYI, we do have kind of an idea of format a little bit, and what that might take on. So it's still in the very early stages, but I'm pretty excited about it. Who knows? Maybe one day Burgundy will have a photography version of the site.
You just, wow.
Did you just meow at me?
No, I said wow. You're just...
Or a Lego site.
You guys are just making me feel bad.
That's the goal. That is the goal.
So anyways, other news this week.
By the way, Supergiant Games never responded to me.
Yeah, I got that. Thanks.
Like,
Hey, not to call you out or anything, but hey, you know.
They didn't even dignify me with a response at all.
Wow.
I was kind of upset at that.
I am looking for any news that I had because I thought I had at least one piece of news.
I had one thing. We had actually talked about this previously, so folks knew it was coming up, but it has officially happened. The online services for the Wii and DS have officially turned off. And when I mean online services, I'm talking online play, matchmaking, and leaderboards. The shops and
Wait,
the
they had
shops.
that?
Barely, but the shops are both open for both the Wii and the DSi still. But
And I heard Netflix was still supported as well.
That could be. I seem to remember hearing that. That's not in this particular article I'm looking at right now, but that was most likely not done through the GameSpy service, so that sounds reasonable. And the reason this is happening is because
really rate the new Wolfenstein 9 out of 10.
Actually, I've seen mixed reviews. I think IGN gave it a 7.8.
No. They rated it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, oh no, I did see that. Yes. Yes. I approve.
Awful.
I approve of this pun. I'm just.
That's just awful.
Just also, one of the other stories that I did see was an interesting pro tip that I actually did not know about on the PS4. I knew about it on the PS3, but I did not know it worked for the PS4 as well. If you're looking for a quick way to turn off your DualShock 4 controller, simply hold the power button or the PlayStation button down for 10 seconds. It will automatically disconnect and power off.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that worked?
No, I always just hit the button and go to turn off device.
Turn off device, yeah.
Really? I thought everybody knew that.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
And now I know. And
no,
awesome.
It's half the battle.
It's half the battle.
Wait.
So, did you guys see the article at all about the fact that Rare's last 3 games are Kinect required. So basically, Microsoft has just turned around and kicked Rare, who's already kind of down to start with, right square in the teeth.
Well, if you noticed earlier in the week, they laid off like 19 people.
Yep. Yeah, that was the Rare. The 20 people are being let go because everything they've been working on is completely Kinect required.
You know, I feel.
How did they fall so far?
You know, I don't necessarily think that they did. I think that they got shoehorned into doing something that Microsoft felt was a integral part of their system. But the problem is that the consumer demand was that it was not an integral part of their system. And I feel horrible for Harmonix, but Harmonix will make more games that are not Kinect based. So it's just a case Rare will do the same. What it will be, we don't know.
Right.
What's left of the original, Golden Rare team? I don't know, if any.
Yeah, and besides, was Rare really that great to begin with?
I'm right there with you. I am right there with you, and I'm one of most people would say we're blaspheming right now, but I really.
And I really think it's not. Like, I mean, you compare like. Oh, people really love Donkey Kong Country, dude.
I know.
And it's not a like I played it. Yeah.
It's fun. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not very.
But as far as like platformers go, like I wouldn't trade a Mario or Yoshi game above that.
I agree with you.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like I'm crazy for even saying that. I think I'm crazy. I might be a little bit too drunk right now. I don't think I'm drunk right now.
Rare's never been a favorite developer of mine personally, but they've gone. It seems funny to me that they've gone from, just handed these huge AAA type things that get all this rave and rant and stuff down to Kinect only titles, and now Kinect's not important anymore.
Is the Night Trap developer really going to re-release that game for current?
That was actually one of my pieces of news, but go ahead.
Why?
Go ahead.
Why? Why are they going to do this?
Because it's awesome, actually. I wholeheartedly agree with this.
This was like widely known as an awful game when it came out. No? We don't agree with that statement?
I think for the people that had the Sega, what was that? That was
Sega CD.
Was it the CD?
It was a Sega CD. I had it day one.
And I did not, but I had a friend who did, and we played it. And for the people that did, it was so bad. It's one of those things that you look back fondly upon now. It was a piece of nostalgic gaming history.
I don't know. I was kind of in the road
really
Avenger.
Famous in it too. Wasn't it Dana Plato?
Yeah, Dana Plato. I think wasn't that her last gig?
It was her last gig before.
Oh, that is sad.
So it's a living piece of history. Different strokes for different folks.
Hey, you.
That time I did get you while you're drinking.
You got me.
Huzzah. Borderlands 2 for the Vita. We did not talk about last week because it was not out long enough for us to talk about. Avoid. Do not want. And just if you were wondering, cross-save with the PS3 version is available this week. Why you'd want to do that to yourself, I'm not sure. Please see Dave for teaching you how to kick yourself in the junk.
That's a shame because I was actually looking forward to that, but luckily I forgot about it coming out, so I didn't pre-order it.
I saw a lot of articles saying that Sony has to stop chasing the AAA shark for the PS Vita, or they're going to drown. I actually think that if you boil this down, the issue was not with the scope of the game necessarily as much as possibly the developer that was tasked with doing the port. Because if you look at Guerrilla's Killzone Liberation, that is one beautiful game that runs almost at a solid 30 frames per second the entire time, and it's extremely beautiful. And it plays like a shooter should. And so I don't know if I don't know what the limitations were, but either they should have taken more time. I think by committing themselves to release it with a release date, they screwed any chance that they possibly had of making it into a quote-unquote fantastic AAA experience. And now it is just a mediocre experience that suffers from a lot of frame rate problems. And then there was Drunk Turo.
How do you know I was drunk?
All the Facebook pics.
Oh yeah, that one. It's $2 Tuesday. This is weird on a podcast on Tuesday because this is my drinking day. It's my only day that I get to drink. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I don't
Hello.
approve of your deviant behavior.
I know, right? It's so terrible. One day. Oh, it should be more. Right. Anyway, hello. How's everyone? I'm not going to be here long. I just wanted to pop up and actually join you guys for as long as I can before I have to go.
So have you been playing anything this week?
Child of Light. Oh my gosh. I love it.
It is a fantastic game. You should watch the video review on the website.
Okay, I will do that.
Gamersledge.com.
Let's see. I saw Godzilla. I gave it a B- on my little review. Let's see. I bought Dead Space 1 and 2 again because my copies disappeared. Oh wait, we should have more light. There we go. That works. Wow. Hey, there's that guy. Because I have not. Those are games that I will never sell, so I don't know where they went. I have no clue. They disappeared in the middle of moving and stuff. So I bought them or rebought them, and then I got Severage, or I have I think it's called Severage or something. It was an add-on for Dead Space 2, and I will not play Dead Space 3 up until I beat that add-on. So I got that happening, and then Child of Light, and I got into another anime called Sword Art Online.
I've heard quite a bit about this actually over the last week.
Yeah, it's again, everyone is in love with Attack on Titan. Oh my gosh, Attack on Titan! Oh my gosh, Attack on Titan! Titan! Attack on Titan! I don't like Attack on Titan. It's just on an anime. It's good at the very, very end after the credits kind of thing, but that's it. And this one is just good all around. From the first episode is not very good because I can't imagine someone being able to get away with what happened in the show, but everything else up until then is just so good. I am enjoying all of it. See, so Sword Art Online, bought the Dead Space games, about to play Severance or something.
Have you played Transistor yet?
I have not. What is this?
Wait, never mind. That's only for PS4.
Get out of here, you jerk. Come on now.
It's really good.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy that. So have fun with that. Whatever.
I'll be posting a video review sometime next week.
Yay! I would like to look at it. How is has anyone talked about the rumors for the Halo games for the Xbox One?
We have not yet, so go ahead.
Okay. Rumored that they're going to release Halo 1, 2 remastered on those. Halo 3, I guess, remastered or redid or redone. And then Halo 4, they're re-releasing those 4 games on the Xbox One. Again, huge rumor. So everyone can catch up to Halo 5, which is supposed to be coming out in 2015.
The rumor is January of 2015.
January of 2015. So that does... I've been talking to my friends that if they delay, because it was just rumored that Halo was going to come out later this year, it was a rumor that I thought that if they push that date back, or if they officially released it in 2015, that they would re-release a remastered version of Halo 2, which is going to kill me, because that's the game that oh my gosh, that's the game that brought me online gaming. That's the reason why I even have an Xbox. I looked it up. on how many games I've played on Halo Reach and 4 and ODST and 3 and whatnot and 2. And in Halo Reach, I played, what was it, 1,100 matches. On Halo 3, I played 800 matches. No, that was smaller. It's like 600. Yeah, it was 600, 800, something like that. But in Halo 2, I played 18,000 matches in Halo 2. So if that gives you the perspective on how much Halo 2 means to me on online gaming, this is a very bad thing if this is true.
God, I remember Halo 2 when it came out, and I got to the end of that game, and I beat up a monkey when I wasn't even Master Chief, and then the credits rolled, and I realized that I paid money for it.
No, you paid money for the online stuff. That was where the gold was, the everything, and then
the Xbox Gold. Right?
Yeah,
Xbox Gold.
Considering the first game had such a great story mode to it, yeah, why would I even think that the second one would have that?
I didn't. Again, the story is hard to follow even, but it's cool if you can follow it. Awesome if you can connect the dots. Why not? But online, just multiplayer, especially Halo 1. That was the game to play and have fun with friends. But Halo 2, you can do that, but you didn't have to go to their house. They didn't have to come over. You can actually make dates to play at this time, and it was Halo 2 was the first of it, so everybody did it, and it was so much fun. So it does have an awesome deep meaning. Drunk Turo talking, by the way, on why this game means a lot to me. So I'm very excited.
I actually think that the rumor of them remaking 1 or 2 of them is credible. I don't see them doing the full collection.
A full collection. It's hard.
I may eat my words on that, but I just don't think that the original Halo is going to stand up.
It's just strange. It was strange whenever they said that the first one was going to be re-released on Xbox One, and I was like, okay, well that's already been done, the anniversary version. So that's just okay. Well, if they put it all in one package, that's cool. Whatever. But the second one, if they put 2, 3, and 4, then it'd be weird to see 4 again. Being it so soon, I know it's just been a few years, couple of years, yeah. But
think of it as just marketing. I mean, they've made all the money they're going to make. They've made all the money they're going to make on those games. Just redoing it like that, it was just a brilliant thing to sell systems. Like he's just like, oh, I can buy an Xbox One and then have 5 awesome Halo games.
And then all the Halo games to catch me up to the new one that's coming out in 2015, early.
Well, if they were smart, they'd release a Halo bundle now that has all of the remakes packed in to help try and grow the install base before the Halo 5 release.
So hopefully something like that happens. If it's not true, then it's a sweet rumor that is going around. Maybe it'll perk some ideas to some people that are trying to go towards something like that. Anyway, oh man, we mixed everything up. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. News and I accidentally watched the first 5 minutes of Days of Futures Past, so that's awesome.
I still am very afraid that movie's gonna suck. So we'll see.
Really? Oh my gosh, no way! From what I've seen, it's clever. I think I found out a way how they're gonna mix. You know how what is it?
Stay out of spoiler territory.
No. You're good. You're good. You know how Bryan Singer said that all of the movies are gonna be in the same timeline.
Right.
1, 2, 3, Origins and everything. He says no, it's all in the same timeline. It's hard to believe some of that. I think I figured out how they're gonna do it. If they don't follow the way that I think they're gonna do it, then it's gonna fall apart in their face. It's gonna blow up in their face. But if they do what I think they're gonna do, then I think it's gonna be plausible that happens. Yes. Oh, okay. What else have I missed? What have you guys talking about? Sorry about that.
Child of Light coming to Vita July 1st.
Oh, nice. No, I want that game to go everywhere. That is awesome.
It is an amazing game. No word yet about Transistor coming to Vita. I'm hoping that it does, because it is...
I don't even know what that is.
Transistor is a new game by the creators of Bastion, Supergiant.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically Cyberpunk meets.
Oh no! It looks like I have to stop talking to you guys. Bye. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Cyberpunk meets Cowboy Bebop meets jazz meets a action RPG with heavy strategy elements.
Okay, now I really have to go and stop talking to you guys. Really? That sounds awesome.
And I mean the soundtrack. They posted the soundtrack on YouTube today, so you can go and watch either the individual songs or you can listen to the entire album on YouTube. It's free at their channel for Supergiant Games.
That's awesome. Speaking of soundtrack, did anybody catch that small little trailer of, what's that movie called? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes, we have not discussed it yet, but yes, I think everyone here has seen it.
Oh my gosh, I think the soundtrack is going to be the best thing ever, on top of the best thing ever as far as Marvel has produced.
I don't have much of a life expectancy anyway.
Really?
No, that's a quote, dude.
Oh, thank goodness.
That's a rocket ship.
That's a rocket, man.
I was taking
Again, that's right before he adjusts himself.
No, brain, no, we're good right now. So, okay.
There's a GIF of just him like walking down the aisle adjusting himself.
Adjusting himself. Oh, nice.
That I had expanded my full screen. Like anytime somebody came over to my desk, that was just looping.
Oh, beautiful. I am so freaking excited. That's going to be my birthday movie. My birthday's in August, so whenever I see that, I'm like, yeah, this is my birthday. I'm so excited for that movie. Oh my gosh.
I really didn't think the trailer. I was not going to watch the trailer, but I
because you don't like good things.
Like no, I don't like spoilers. I don't want to learn more about the story. I want to be surprised when I see it.
Oh, it didn't give away anything.
No, you're right, and luckily
I don't want to have fun. I want to play Dark Souls. Slam, slam, slam.
Oh, game over again. Oh, this game is awesome.
Yeah, I'll have you know that I have never seen the game over in Dark Souls 2. Thank you very much.
What is it? You're dead? Does it say you're dead on there?
It does say you're dead. I have died.
Oh, okay, all right. So Resident Evil style. You're dead. Oh, okay.
That's it.
Yay.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're missing. I'm sorry, you guys just don't know what you're missing with Dark Souls.
No, I think we are. We're thinking.
You know what I'm missing.
Yeah, I'm missing a continue screen over and over again. No, I'm good.
I'm missing frustration and horrible gameplay.
I'm happy with Child of Light, and I cannot wait. How many chapters is in the game? I just got to chapter 2.
Oh, geez, a lot more than that.
Okay, awesome. Because that was one night that I got to chapter 2.
Yeah, you're not even a quarter way through the game.
That is awesome, and I'm very excited for that. Okay, no, for real though.
So is Samus just randomly walking back and forth behind you?
Yes, we got new patio furniture stuff, and she got plants to water and stuff. But we actually do have to go. We're doing something. So again, Tuesdays are my time to do things, and that's it.
I love that drinking involves putting things together in
these are friends
ways.
Yeah, and these are friends, and then this is beer, and you put them together, and that's what my Tuesdays are. And glug glug chug chug, nom nom nom.
All right then.
You eat your friends?
No, we eat snacks. Snacks like tacos and chips and stuff. Mexican. All right. Oh, come on! You guys are drinking, and I already did drinking. I'm gonna drink more, but it's over there. I have to go. Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right. Oh wait, no. What else? I want to know what you guys have been playing, just real quick.
Walking
I started
Dead.
playing Lumines again.
Oh, nice, awesome. Okay, Balth, Mark.
Transistor and Hearthstone, which you were supposed to play with me on Sunday, and
then
seriously bailed.
Yeah, because
Just
I did that one thing.
Enjoy Child of Light, dude.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
enjoy
you.
Child of Light.
All right. And
Don't play Hearthstone. That's no fun.
Okay, Matt, what have you been doing?
Hearthstone and the latest episode of Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, I just read that on your Facebook. That was not. You weren't very happy with that. Or yeah.
It was disappointing, as I said earlier. It's disappointing for me for what it is, but I have a very high bar for that game. So disappointing for that game is still amazing.
Well, for what it's been putting out, totally get it. So even though it's the worst out of all of them, it's still better than most games out there. Correct?
Correct.
basically.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right, I'm caught up. Sorry I couldn't join on this awesome Tuesday podcast very much, but I do have more things drinking to do. All right, goodbye, you guys.
A little monkey goes a long way. So.
Whee! All right, bye.
Do we have any other news, or are we going to wrap this one up?
I thought I had one more.
Well, while you're looking up...
Here's why. I was waiting for Turo to show up so we could talk about this. And then I totally forgot about it. The PC version of Titanfall has disabled the ability to play the Capture the Flag or Pilot Hunter mode independently. So you can't select them as modes to play because they have not been the most popular on the PC, and it was taking a long time to game match and get a game going. So rather than have long wait times for those that are trying to play it, they have taken it out of being able to be selected as a play type, but it's included in their, I forget what it's called, but basically it rotates through the different game types. It's called variety or something. Variety option, which picks a mode at random. Or you can set it up as a private match type. But there's been some kickback on that because it's like, okay, so it's better that I not get to play the mode that I want to at all rather than have to wait. So there's folks who are fans of those features that are a little annoyed with that. And again, I obviously don't play Titanfall, but it was something I was going to bring up for Turo to talk about, and then he left and I forgot. So, right.
Huzzah. Dave, you have anything else for this evening?
No, I'm really just excited to go play Transistor. So
yeah, as well you should be. Just want to say a quick thank you to all of our new listeners from France and Germany. Quite a few of you. Welcome. I would say something cool in those languages, but I don't know any. Also, thanks for the Reddit folks that have been finding their way over here from the various posts we've been doing over there. And also from the folks in Brazil. Welcome. Bienvenido. I know that one.
That one you can do.
That one I can do. So yeah, thanks for listening. Let us know how you like the site and the podcasts. And other than that, our traditional housekeeping items, do please visit Gamersledge.com. It's what keeps the mics on and going. Also do watch us on Twitch. It's balth99, twitch.tv/balth99. Do also like our YouTube videos. Subscribe if you would. We just put up a video for Hearthstone. Is spending $50 on a box of cards worth it? And you can actually see firsthand the draws that come out of that. And then we do all kinds of video reviews, things of that nature. Facebook, Facebook.com/Gamersledge, and Twitter is twitter.com/balth99. God, too many things to remember. Maybe I've been drinking a little bit too.
Dude, can we talk about how awesome cell phones are now anymore?
Sure.
Okay, so your portable computer, right, that happens to have a phone in it.
You have everything at your fingertips.
And you use it to stare at pictures of kittens and argue with people.
No. I had like Wiki what? No, like I looked up a YouTube video one time on how to do an emergency tracheotomy.
Because
you can do that?
Yeah, with the pen cap.
Yeah. Like, how awesome
I watched
that?
MASH.
No.
Okay, Meg is a name. You can't use names.
I told you, I try names, dude, and it works.
Damn
Meg
it.
apparently means something.
You two and your words with friends.
He's just mad because I can think out of the box.
He's just mad because you're so deaf. All these other rappers, I don't remember the rest.
Yeah, here's some tips for words with friends, everybody out there that care. Not cheating like Balth does. Could you so use the program or website or whatever you did? I don't know. I don't care. But some real tips if you don't want to cheat but you still want to do stuff. You can last names. People's last names are gold.
All
They
right.
have so
So
many great old words and last names. It's awesome.
any closing video game thoughts, Dave?
That was a video game thought.
Okay. Any other closing video game
Transistor. I'm
thoughts?
gonna play Transistor. I'm gonna play the balls off that right now.
All
Oh
right.
dear.
I think you've already achieved your mission since the protagonist is a female. Congratulations.
That's
So,
kind of awesome.
Matt, any final closing thoughts?
Please submit your ideas for the music site. Give us a shot when we start getting some original content on there. Look for the name of the band is Idyllic Descent. If you want to go ahead and look them up on YouTube, they have 2 lyrical videos out there.
I heard of them.
Yeah, you have heard of them. You would have, yes. So go ahead. You can check it out. Personally, is it called The Missing? I think is the title of the one that I really like. I'm horrible.
I just played Poon.
Oh, for Pete's sake! I hate you. I so hate you. God damn it.
I could have made more points.
I'm
But
not. I don't even want to know how many points it was because you probably used a triple letter double word.
All right,
I-
focus, people.
Anyway.
Focus.
I used a triple, but I didn't put the P in there. I could have played Pin, but I didn't. I played Poon because I told you that's my one weakness in the game.
Playing dirty words. Yes.
If I can play a dirty word, I'll do it.
Matt,
So-
any other closing comments?
Do we know when the next episode of Wolf Among Us is supposed to drop?
Actually should be within the next 2 weeks.
So yeah, looking forward to that. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm starting as my next big game. I'm kind of in a gap right now. I might start Arkham. What was the free one that came out? Arkham City.
Yeah.
Might start that one because it's 3D. It'd be a good test for my 3D TV because I haven't really tested that much yet, except with is it Star Wars Pinball? One of the pinball games does 3D. So I'm gonna try that and see how 3D gaming feels or looks, I guess,
So-
rather.
My final thoughts for this week: 7 days from now, Watch Dogs.
Ooh. I have gift certificates ready to go for that. Or gift cards.
X-Men this week and Watch Dogs next week.
I won't be seeing X-Men right away. I'll be seeing it the week after.
I am probably going to end up in the same boat. I thought I was going to be able to make it this week, but I don't think I am. So because
So
I was just
forgot
giving you a
that-
heads up for the spoiler
I
cast.
forgot once again that I have commitments on Thursday that need to be honored.
So for those who haven't seen it, because we haven't put up a post yet about it, what were your guys' ratings on the Godzilla movie? Because you guys did the spoiler cast last night.
Dave, go ahead.
A 5. I was like right down the middle. Like I think it ended strong when they finally gave you, what you wanted to see. But there was too much teasing that was just bad. It was
And
just a bad taste.
I gave it a 7.5. I likened it to the origin story of a superhero movie kind of trope. They wanted to do a long, slow burn to actually build up to it. It worked for me. I actually kind of liked the attempt to emotionally tie someone to Godzilla. I thought it was well done. I didn't necessarily like the depth of the actor that played the main character, but
He did
beyond
not
that,
kick ass.
He did not kick ass. Well, I mean, he kicked ass in certain scenes, but the action sequences were fine. The stuff they had him doing was fine, but as far as like an emotional connection or a narrative connection, you never really felt it too much with him. So yeah, I'd take a strong 7.5 for me. So.
Cool. And I haven't seen it yet, so.
So until next week, everybody, game on.
Game on.